All right, all right, all right. What is up, YouTube? Irish USMC vet in the house. Hopefully, everybody can hear me. We're in a little different configuration here. I don't have everything up working today. Working on getting everything differentiated. So, what is going on? A lot of stuff's been going on. A lot of stuff's been going on. Kamala, I don't know my race. It's Joe Biden's uh, running mate. So that's interesting. Army's investigating presence of uniformed soldiers in the state. Roll call. Bannon arrested in fundraising scheme, wire fraud, money laundering. Just all kinds of stuff going on today, huh? So I don't know how it's going to work out there. Continuously working on the internet and stuff. So I'm not guaranteeing that anybody's even seeing or hearing this. So please bear with me if you're out there in chat land, and go ahead and let me know you're in here because I don't see anything. The little camera thing's not working right, so hello. There we go. How about that? That's good to go. All right, got it all figured out now, maybe. So, anyways, moving on. What's going on? So, silver is does some crazy stuff. There's a mint out of Germania that does minting dragons and all kinds of cool stuff. The Germania mint. So you might want to check that out if you're into stacking silver. I don't know how well you can stack it, but they'd be cool. And be a great way for you to hide said silver or gold. I don't know if they're making in gold, but if you could purchase them in gold, you could spray paint them and use them as, what do they call that? Knickknacks. Nobody be the wiser, right? Germania mint, Little Dragons. Cool, cool, cool. Awesome sauce. Um, what else is going on? Where'd all the ammo at? Well, the ammo's coming in. It's just being bought up as fast as it can. It gets on the shelves. Um, so, don't know. Don't know. People are buying it up as fast as they were toilet paper. So, don't become a panic buyer. Get your preps up now, says Alaskan Prepper. Gold and silver. I'm waiting to see what's going on with that. Super excited. Super excited. So, what's going on? Anybody out there have any good news, bad news? Can't believe that they're actually arresting people. Fauci undergoes surgery to remove a polyp on his vocal cord. Um, Probably died from cervix bug. Uh, Misty Obama declares democracy at risk. Battle to save life of Kremlin critic Navalny. Uh, just got updated here with mostly. Judge throws out Trump challenge to Manhattan DA subpoena for tax records. California wildfires threaten thousands of homes, so, you know, here in California, I'm sure you're already aware of that. Humans can instinctively tell if a snake has been missed or not. Another Fort Hood soldier dies, 11th this year. Stay the hell away from there. Transfer duty stations out of there. So I'm just over here checking out the drudge report. What else is going on? Need to send links out. So if you don't know, you are eligible if you're a farmer. They came out with some new um, stipulations for the cerveza bug, CFAP, CFAP. So if you are a farmer, they can fill out the application online. They have added eligible commodities, CFAP, non-specialty crops, wool, livestock, dairy, specialty crops, nursery crops, cut flowers, aquaculture, and eggs. So if you don't know what that is, go check it out. That's over at farmers.gov/CFAP. Learn all about that. I do not have any links today. I can provide a link for that now. Everything's been super hectic. Super hectic. That's very good. Very interesting. It's a box right there. So what the CFAP does is one, well, it depends on what you're wanting to do with it. So say if you have a crop, super slow today. My 1980s computer in my office. Super slow. So, anyways, just for example, like they're giving you 34 cents on the dollar through the CFAP per pound. So you sold them for more. I mean, it's kind of like an insurance thing. So like if you had a complete crop loss because of the floods, like they did in Iowa, you can go ahead and claim that. I'm by no means an expert on this. However, I am in the process of working with Purdue University to become somewhat of an expert. So more information, more detailed on the classes I'm taking. And, maybe to help. I mean, yeah, hopefully I'm a better explainer, better teacher. So the Specialty Crops and Coronavirus Food Assistance Program are your specialty producer whose operations have been directly impacted by this cerveza bug pandemic. Cerveza bug food assistance, or CFAP, provides direct relief to producers who have faced declines and additional marketing costs due to cerveza bug 19. So this goes back to all the um, you know, the milk farmers milking the cows and having to dump the milk out back, down the hill. So this is what's going to help those people out so they can maintain and still stay in business. So we have to get our food from third world countries. Um, so this program, if you're eligible, which most people are, producers of specialty crops are now eligible, and I think that was August 15th, for CFAP payments fall in three categories. Head crops that suffer 5% or greater price decline between mid-January and mid-April as a result of cerveza bug. Had produce shipped but subsequently spoiled due to loss of marketing channels. So if you ship it to a warehouse to be sold, uh, which everybody does. So basically what you do is you have to set up an account. You kind of get a forecast of what you're going to have for sale for Walmart, all these big places. And in order to sell them, you have to go set up an account at a certain place. It depends, varies from corporation, but most places just go to a lead place and you put up your information there and what you have for sale, and then they can come in and buy it from you. And then you send it to the warehouse. The warehouse is supposed to distribute it out, and if the warehouse doesn't, because it's race bug, that's what that's talking about. I had shipments that did not leave the farm or mature crops that remain unharvested. And that's what most people are going to have to worry about there because there's no money to work. And then they have different categories for crops, different pay rates for each crop. Of course, a lot of stipulations, payments for the crops that have 5% greater price decline in sales price between January 15th and April 15th, 2020, when requested for records such as bills of sale, payments for crops and shipments that left the farm with spoiled due to no market. You're going to provide documentation such as explanation of non-payment or record validating non-payment. So if you send it to the wholesaler, the wholesaler didn't pay you because they can give it to nobody. So therefore they can't pay you for something that they can't sell. And then of course they have the that did not leave the farm by April 15th. For example, when harvested, but still sitting in crates on the farm, but where we donated foods or mature crops that were unharvested, for example, and plowed under due to lack of buyers. Uh, so yeah, that's another one of the reasons why you can. When requested, producers must provide supporting documentation which USDA's Agriculture Marketing Service will use to substantiate claim on a basis. And then it goes on to tell you about all the different crop stuff that they'll pay you and how much per acre they'll pay you. So, anyways, morning Quasar Nuts. How we doing today, everybody? Everything A-OK, loud and clear out there. Just covering the CFAP. So for those fellow farmers. You can also do eggs. You sold eggs. You sell eggs. I think the newest thing that they added was the nursery and cut flowers. So if you own a greenhouse or something like that, and then some of the specialty crops like wheat produced mint, um, that is now covered under the CFAP, and then what else? Mints are covered. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that's covered. That basils and stuff like that. So how's everybody doing out there? Nobody's talking. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? I guess I can show you some of this stuff. Screen share that. Yes, I'm too loud. Infinite screen wisdom. It's like I want to show that girl. Not working out. Damn it. I choose which one I want to show. Okay, what I want to do now here. Let's see. Let's go screen share this page. It's different on a computer than it is screen share. Select window or screen. Yes. Yeah. do that. All right, we're not going to do that. Anyways, so I don't know how to do that. Computer tools. Actually, the computer. Top of the morning to you. All right. Anyway, back to that. Anybody got anything going on doing out there? I want to talk about. Um, Anybody doing any harvesting or anything? Uh, anybody? Sorry for the. It's been super busy. We have lots of stuff going on. I have a crazy neighbor. All kinds of good shit. So, a couple of crazy neighbors. Here's a link to a wood-fired pizza oven. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. So, yeah, the one thing that they did add, like I said, I was saying, sorry, USDA announced on August 11th that nursery crops cut flowers. So this is going to protect the greenhouse guys and gals, that make this stuff. Unfortunately, it'll probably help out Bonnie Plants. Um, you know, and I mean, unfortunately, I guess, but I mean, they are a big company, so a lot of the big companies have been um, reaping all, not raping, I guess they are raping too, but reaping all the rewards from all this stuff. And then this was meant to help the small farmer and small nursery growers to help take care of all that. So, um, but they're now going to allow that to, if you still cut flowers or other greenery for annual or perennial flowering plants. Um, and stuff can sold. It can even be sold in containers, um, but it's basically to cover the person that grows in the greenhouse. And then you can apply for those. You can start doing those applications August 17th. So that's already passed. So you can go ahead and do that now. And that's also the link for the farmers.gov, CFAP, the nursery part. Harvested potatoes didn't get as many expected. The bugs getting plants pretty good this year. Got about 20 pounds. Well, that's good as shit, man. That's really good. Um, are you putting them in a box? You doing the box potatoes, or how's that working out? Or are you just actually hilling them into the ground? You know, because you can plant other plants, beneficial plants around them, help ward off some of the bugs. And then you can use neem oil, some kind of beneficial plant for them. You live in the desert. I'm still trying to figure this out, bro. I'm not even on. I'm not on the. Damn, you only had 6 plants. You got 20 pounds. Uh, Let me see if I can send you an invite. There, just here. They're gonna kick me out of here. I don't know. Some other actual computer. 1980s HP. Here. Yeah, you douchebag. How can this work so much different than Gmail, bro. The file does not contain the program. Yeah, sure, Deborah. Now I'll open up 3 Gmail things. All right. Backyard garden. So on those things that I was telling you guys and gals about the other day, the backyard raised garden beds. So we did a few the other day, and for a lady, and we did some pavestone ones. I think we did 4 feet deep, but a quick way that if you need to build something fast, or if you got a hold of some blocks, you don't want to break in more of the joints. They make this new. Well, it's new to me. It's put on pavestones, but you can actually put the blocks on using this adhesive that's like industrial adhesive, and then just fill the voids with concrete after you've done so. Shit, why is there 10 Gmails open? That's horrible, guys. Sorry. Alright, maybe that's the last one. So anyways, yeah, you can take and use this adhesive, and I'll get a picture of it later. We'll post it up. But really cool, really cool. So instead of putting the mortar in the joints, you can just go around the block with this caulking gun and use that, and then go back and put your rebar and your concrete in afterwards. Makes a pretty dope ass. Well, if you're using pavestone, you probably can't unless you get the hollow kind. But if you're using the flat pavestone, you can still build it just using that adhesive. The other garden I planted is starting to come in. A lot of peppers, mini tomatoes, and onions. I got lots of tomatoes. The onions did all right this year, I guess. I got cucumbers in late. Corn is kind of crappy. So yeah, it's definitely a learning curve, even though been doing it for as long as I can remember. We still have some problems. So now is definitely time to work that out, considering that they're saying that all the stuff that was ruined out in Iowa is going to affect us. So food shortages. They're also calling China's saying they're going to be out billions of stuff, food products. So why the
Hey, how you doing?
Are you frozen or am I frozen?
I'm not. Neither one of us should be frozen.
Already getting colder nights. Holy shit! But you can grow most root crops in colder weather. Carrots, they'll grow. You can build little bale house, like straw bale houses, with a window over them, double insulated window. There's all things you can do. I'm sure you already know those, Dan. I'm not sure if you need a buffer or if it's constant.
What's in the background?
Oh, that's
Sounds like you're in an aquarium.
Oh, I'm in the office. I thought you were talking about the pictures. This is it's my gaming room that I made just to play Gears of War, and then Gears of War screwed me over.
All right.
So this is I don't even know if this is a good thing or not. It's just one of those that I had back there. My gaming headset's still out there in the front part of the
Gotcha.
place. And everything's in disarray because I'm reorganizing and replacing stuff.
Yeah, I didn't get an email that you went live. In fact, when Riddle Girl told me that you went live, I was like, I checked my subscriptions and it wasn't there. I had to go to your actual channel to see that you were live. I was like, that's kind of bullshit. So I'm double checking, like, I'm subscribed still, right? And then, yeah, bell's still on. I don't get it.
I don't know. They've been banning the shit out of me, anyways.
Yeah.
It's so bad now. Like I was listening to Wes over on his chat, and
Yeah.
none of my comments were being put up there. Like they had to be approved by the moderators.
Wow.
Every comment.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to set that up. I need to set that up for some of the people that are joining my chat, man. Some of them need to be approved. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Maybe just Wes doesn't like you and he puts you on a ban list.
No. He's like his wife was wanting to make me a moderator and everything. I'm like, nah, you don't do that shit. You know. That's,
Right?
but the moderators were having to approve every comment that I made.
Wow. Stan's gonna have to end up putting his dog down. That's not good. That's the worst part of being a pet owner, man. I do not like that at all.
Yeah, that sucks. My wife's like, "How do you do that?" I'm like, "Well, honey, you just have to go out and take care of the problem sometimes." You know,
Yeah.
we get a lot of possums. Well, she gets mad at me too because I shot some raccoons and one of them I hit in the ass because it went through one and hit the other one and it was in his ass, right? Well, he couldn't move, so I mean, instead of wasting another bullet, I just dispatched him to, you know, severing the carotid there. And she's like, "That's so mean." I'm like, "He was gonna die anyways. Would you rather me let him suffer?" Or, she's like, "Well, that's so mean." I'm like, "No, it's not."
Mm. Wuss, man, I'd be siding with your wife on that one. I'd be like, man, an extra bullet ain't that much more money, shit. And at least then it's instantaneous. You know what I mean? I know
But
the cutting the throat is pretty quick. I know it's quick, but it's still not as quick. You know what I mean?
well, I mean, he was already leaking out everywhere because he got hit in the ass and the rear
Right.
hip. So, and I wasn't gonna march all the way back to the friggin' house to get another bullet to fucking. So, because then he
Gotcha.
would have just suffered that entire time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't know you didn't have one on you at the time. So yeah.
No, I had to empty a mag on him, and I was in my boxers. So,
Mm.
boxers and a pair of shoe bro, chasing after him. The bastards killing my chickens. So we got
Right.
8 new ducks, 7 new ducks, 7 new ducks. The mama hatched out her 7 ducklings.
Right on.
So now we have 7 new babies. I post them up on Instagram. For anybody that does follow me on that. She's so much pain, just paces in the living room all night. Until you get her to lay down and relax. My dog, my son-in-law's dog. Can you give her? Let's see. We have to give our dog antihistamine because he has sinus infections randomly. So he'll do that stuff too. He'll pace back and forth and whine and bitch and moan and complain until you give him a Benadryl. I know that's not the same thing, but I've had to put him down before. I just don't. I don't know what's wrong with the pup. You can get a good book I think it's called like Confessions of a Vet Tech or something, and it teaches you a lot of stuff that you can do on your own without having to take your animals to the vet. Like you can give them an IV, so you don't have to hit a vein, because they take it subcutaneously versus we have to take it intravenously. So there's a lot of good stuff on there if you have animals that you could learn about. You can buy the IV sets, and all you really need to do, and to be honest, you can use pretty much everything you use at the veterinarian supply store on yourself that you can on animals. So if you can go to your vet, tell them you need IV bags, intravenous solution, you can get said IV bags and give your kittens, or cats or dogs or whatever, if they become dehydrated. And you can always tell that by lifting up the nape of their neck. If it stays up, then that means they're dehydrated. And so then therefore you need to hydrate them quickly or they're going to perish because they go into renal failure and die really quick once they're like this. But anyways, I don't know what's wrong with the pup, Stan. It's just old, or is it cancer or something like that, or
It's just sad. Part of life, but still.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. Like I don't want to shoot my dog, or I don't want to shoot anybody else's dog, unless it's killing my animals. And then I still don't really want to shoot it. You know what I mean? But it's just you have to sometimes. But
right. We had to put our cat down, and we thought we did. I don't know. I still go back and forth if it was the right decision or not, and that's where I really hate it, right? Because like maybe the vet could have done more.
Mm-hmm.
Because she had an infection, really bad infection, because we hadn't gotten her spayed when she was younger or whatever. So I don't know. It's one of those things I go back and forth with, but at the same time, I try to not dwell on it too much. It's like, at the time, I thought that was the best decision. What can you do,
Yeah.
At least I didn't slit her throat with a freaking pocket knife. You know what I mean?
Oh no, that's why you just take a 22 and put it behind their ear.
Yeah.
I'm not out there stomping them into the mud hole, drowning or anything like that. I ain't into that sadomasochistic shit. But girl,
Yeah.
I grew up on a farm. We had to put a lot of animals, down. So I mean, it's just a normal thing. Try to let them live as long as they can, but if they're in fucking pain like that, and there's nothing you can do for them, the vet can't do anything for them.
Right.
You're putting thousands of dollars into them, and
yeah, we put a lot of money into my cat before we had to put her down. I mean, it was getting close to $1,000. I was giving up gun parts and selling shit in order to even get her to. The first time, and it's just like I don't know. Well, it wasn't about the money as much as it was like, can we actually do anything with the money?
right.
Like, how much money is it going to take, and if it's even going to do anything different? And that's why we decided against it. Reinforcing Canada's Parliament Hill, with fencing and stuff. Sorry.
I mean, I got $1,300 invested in a stray cat. Just because he showed up here. We had to pay the $150 or $180 to get him neutered. Then we had to get his eyeball removed. And then he had infections again from the eyeball removal. And then we had to go back. And then the little fucker got into a scrap with another cat that we haven't got caught or got fixed, and got cauliflower ear. And so I just said, fuck that. I popped it with a fucking 14 gauge needle and drained it. And now he's got cauliflower ear on the side where his eyeball is. So he's a fucked up cat. He's cute as fuck. He's lovable as fuck now, but he's he's been the the money pit. He looked
like he'd been in the octagon a couple times.
Yeah. We've got another rescue cat that somebody poured battery acid on his face. Yeah.
Ugh.
Hold on a second. Say again.
Our kitty cat is a rescue. We picked her up from
Yeah, they're over there.
a busy street. Somebody had thrown her out on a busy street on Northern and 19th Avenue. That's why we call her Northern. But my goodness, it's like the best cat ever. She's like a living plushie toy, and she presents her belly, and she just allows you to do whatever you want to her most of the time. Most of the time, till she gets annoyed. But the cat is something else. I've never seen a cat like that. Ritter girl, are you working or are you watching? I need that kind of job.
Yeah. So that's what the wife came to tell me because, after yesterday's situation, these motherfuckers are playing with fire.
Yeah. I keep telling you, man, you gotta do what you gotta do to get them out of your business. Legally, obviously, right? But legally, you should be bringing the hammer down.
Oh, I did yesterday. I don't want to go too far into it online, but I did yesterday. I had three deputies here, and I told them, that I wanted these people informed that if they stuck their face over the fucking fence again, or anything like that, or were trespassing on the property, or sending people other neighborhood fucking trash to my property to stare over the fence or whatever. I was like, I want you to let them know that there's 32 cameras watching them, and that is all I need for my attorney to clearly justify the use of my, force.
Right.
So whether it be a machete or popping you in the face, whatever the case may be.
I don't know, man. Bullets are hard to find right now.
Well, whatever.
Right.
I got some pretty dope ass BB guns.
There you go.
But anyways, yeah. So I got some shitheads. They obviously thought that the signage was fake and that there was no cameras. But the wife upgraded my cameras because she was tired of the shit. So now we have some really fancy casino style fucking cameras. I can zoom in fucking 70 times and fucking see the zits on your face. So yeah.
Right on.
So we have 32 of those now. And that's not to include the two older systems. One's really old. I had to put a new hard drive in, but the other system is only 2 years old. But these fucktards are fucking retarded. Like, if you think for one moment that when you see that I took time out of my day to go put signage up saying that this property is recorded 24 hours a day and that you will be prosecuted if you come across the property line. Not to mention in Indiana, if you paint stuff purple, it's a property line, and that means no hunting.
Right.
So along my property line, and my sister's property line, I painted the entirety of the trees at eye level with purple paint. So on her property line, and then on my property line, and then on the other side of the property line, on the north, south, east, and west, everything is fucking painted purple. So it looked like Barney ejaculated all over all the trees.
Is that how bad of a paint job you did?
No, I done it on purpose because that way nobody can say that they didn't see the purple paint.
Right.
Which has saved me quite a few times because the meth heads that were down there cooking meth without the paint or signage far enough down, but like there. Like the signage is the problem when you own property because like you have to put it every so many feet. It has to be within eye level. But then the state of Indiana came out and said, hey, you can just use purple paint now. if the trees are marked purple paint by 8 by 12 inch square, whatever. So I just literally got on the golf cart and went down through there and sprayed every fucking tree at that height as much as I possibly could. I even ringed a lot of them, like just went around them in rings. So
yeah, if I ever get another piece of property, I'm fencing the whole damn thing off. I don't care how many acres it is.
it doesn't matter. Like I have chain link around it. Most of it's chain linked, and then the rest of it's barbed wire.
Right.
And I've still had people tell me they're going to shoot me on my own property because they're coon hunting or fox hunting or trapping or something, and that I don't have the right to tell them not to be on my property. And the one guy, he informed me that if I didn't put my light down, he was going to shoot me. And he looked over to his buddy to say, "Hey, call the sheriff's department." I was like, "Yeah, please call the sheriff's department, because if you raise that firearm at me," I was like, "they're just going to be here to pick up both your fucking bodies in black Ziploc baggies. So don't fuck around and don't ever come back here." They cut the fence. Those two dipshits did.
Wow.
So,
Indiana, man, you really selling the places, bro.
I mean, it's like that everywhere. Anytime you have land, if you ask anybody out here, fuck, these people live in the city have the same problem. Like, it's just not to that extreme. Like people cutting through their fucking alleys or jumping their fences. I mean, it's everywhere. Nobody has any.
I didn't have any problems in Ashford, bro.
Well, but, and maybe you did.
People,
maybe you did. You just didn't know about it because you weren't out there.
I was out there a little bit, but yeah, I wasn't out there 24/7. So
yeah.
But I would say I highly doubt it.
I'm looking at if you use IP cameras, I can go 800 feet out. 800 feet away from my residence. So with an IP camera. So that's a long fuck away. So and that's voice and audio because you use the VIOP, voice over internet protocol on the IP cameras. So I can not only record your voice, your picture, and take snapshots. All that the camera system's dope as fuck. Like I can take a screenshot of you, like basically zoomed in, and then put it on a thumb drive and hand it right to the cop, and the cop can take off with it. Or whoever I need to give to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I can also directly back it up to YouTube or any other service that I wish to. Of asshats doing stuff that they're not supposed to. I just take it. It's just a great amazement to me that people want to fuck around with a. And I don't have the Marine Corps flag displayed in the front yard like I should. I should do that. I don't know if that would deter. I don't know if that would deter people or not, but it would definitely make you think a little bit about it. Considering whenever the deputy showed up yesterday, I had a complete profile built on every fucking retard that is trying to fucking play these fucking games with me. I had an entire profile built on them, their names, their addresses, their pictures. Their phone numbers, the vehicles they drove, the colors, makes, models, and all this stuff. And the cop's like, "Damn!" It's like, "What the hell did you do in the Marine Corps?" And I was like, "I can't tell you." So, anyways, let's just say I and then with the help of Riddle Girl, I found some other little things, and then
right. Yeah, that'll do it. I don't know, man. It gets to the point where like. Maybe you got to pop one of them off, and then the word will spread. Like, don't go over there. The dude got away with it, and he's going to shoot you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't.
That's a good deterrent right there. Yeah, I know. I don't either. But at some point, if the chain link fence and the barbed wire ain't working, and people are cutting in and then pointing guns at you, you gotta. I mean, that right there. That's a definite. Cut and dry. Get off my land kind of thing. So
homeboy didn't raise the firearm. He said he threatened me.
It don't
matter. If he would have raised it, that would have been a different situation because they would have came and picked him up in those black Ziploc baggies I was talking to him about.
Here in Arizona, if you're on my property and I tell you to get off and you say no and you don't do it right almost immediately, I'm going to pop you and I'm going to be legally justified. Whether you raise a gun, whether you even have a firearm or not, get off my property or I will shoot you within 5 seconds if you don't start leaving. And if they don't start leaving, they could be butt ass naked, and I would be fine to shoot.
Well, if
Fair
they're butt ass
warning.
naked,
Fair
they're
warning.
if they're butt ass naked, they're probably on angel dust.
I know, right?
And you can shoot them all you want to, and they won't realize it until all the blood pumps out of their body.
Right.
Oh, fuck. It's crazy.
Yeah. Saints and Sappers. What's up, Saints?
Yeah, I can't find any of those things. I have some early warning devices. Well, I have several different kinds of early warning devices. I have dogs. The new cameras I have are motion sensing, so depends on where they're placed. You have to place them in different places. I don't know how that sounds stupid, but anyways, you have to so you have some that are up high, and then some that are down at the ground level, and that's what's taking so long about getting these damn things put up. Because the ones at ground level you have to put into hardened, hardened boxes and shit like that. But anyways, the ones that are on the ground, you set them. You have somebody stand so far away, and I'm not going to say how far away, but it'll detect motion from a person or a vehicle, and automatically alert you, send you an email with a snapshot. And the way I have it set up, it'll send you a picture of the front and the back of them. It'll capture them in a video trap. So
nice.
I wish I could get a hold of one of those. I wish I could also get a hold of 55-gallon drums of napalm like they used to use with the clackers. And then as soon as the Pews picked up somebody, they'd wait till they got through, got close enough to the seismic sensor, and then clack off the 55 gallons of napalm. There with that. Where the hell do you find them at? Are they really available? Because I can't find them. I've looked. I've been looking for field phones for a while. So those would be nice to have. So I can talk to my wife when she's over at her flower bed. We got said. One click away. eBay. Huh.
There you go.
I'll be damned. I usually don't go over to eBay anymore, so I can't. I'll have to check that out later.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's not something I'm looking forward to having to deal with, I'll tell you what.
Retards?
Yeah. I'm just hoping that I move to a remote enough area where I don't have to deal with it too much. See, that's what Ashfork was. It was really remote, right? The biggest city nearby was Chino Valley, and that's like 6,000, 7,000 people maybe. So it was pretty low population. However, I mean there were instances of other people saying that they had situations happen on their property with drug dealers or meth makers or whatever, but it's rare.
Yeah, and if you're not out, working the land, or if you're not outside, you're not going to know this stuff, right? Unless you do have the camera set up. So,
yeah.
And most of the stuff we found out because we've been out, we're outside. We spend a lot of time outside. Me, the kids, and the wife. Everybody's always outside.
Right.
So that's also a big thing. Yeah, I had some fucking idiots fishing in one of the back ponds one night, and this is super funny. I don't even know if I can tell it, but yeah. So I was laying in bed, and I got a notification from my trail camera, which is not that unusual, but it kept going off, like something kept coming back and forth.
Right.
So I checked on it, and so sure as shit, somebody's fishing in my pond, and they're using those little glow stick bobbers, you know, the ones that light up, and you can just see them going in and out of the pond. So I go and lay on the back part of my other pond, and I can watch it as it's going in there. So I take out the 300 and I wait for it to hit the water, and they're, you know, reeling it back in, and I popped it. And whenever I popped the little bobber, the person grabbed the lantern and ran to beat hell out of the property. Well, apparently they didn't cut all the barbed wire strands, and they hit the fucking one that was up around their neck, because you see the lantern go from their waist all the way up to their head and fling around and go flying back toward the pond as they were running away from it. Yeah, they haven't moved here. Just some retardation stuff, man. Fucking retards.
Yeah.
Trailer trash. The BLM and Antifa are in the forestry. They've been meeting up at the Hindergrove Forestry. So,
Wow.
but however, the Nazi Party has also been meeting up there. So, I mean, I'm going to start the Lollipop Guild, and we'll be meeting there as also. The Little Green Men will be the Little Green Men Lollipop Guild, and we'll all meet up there too. But yeah, there's like a lot of bandwagon jumpers, I would say. So, there is a guy there. There's a guy there, and I guess Henryville has militia that I was unaware of. So that was interesting to see. He was actually sporting a militia patch. He is on YouTube. I haven't found his YouTube channel yet, but whenever I do, I will post stuff anyway if you're interested. Sorry, I missed what happened. So the horse. Okay, so basically what's happening is so we bought property from said lady. Said lady and said husband did not include our lateral lines on our property whenever they divided the property, because they owned 3 pieces of property together. It was all one block. Then they broke it up. Well, when they sold us said property, they did not sell us the property that went along with our lateral lines, because they wanted to use it for something else. Nor did they notify us that they sold us the property without our lateral lines, so it's on their property. Now, fast forward a few years. Find out when we're putting a privacy fence up that lateral lines are on cunt's property via putting the fence in. So then this cunt, and yes, I'm using the word cunt because she is called the Sheriff's Department, the State Police, the FBI, the ATF, and any other fucking alphabet boy agency that she can get to come out here, the Health Department, and everybody she can to come out here. So we'll go back to those. Anyways, long story short on that part, she's trying to sell her house and move to another state, but she had to include that the easement by leach lines on her property, which means the person that buys the property next also has to accept the easement, and they can't build on it. And because it's grandfathered in, if my leach lines go bad, I can still go over there and fix them 50 years from now, 100 years from now, whatever. So, lady's original offer for $190,000 fell through because the people that were going to buy the house wanted to put a barn on that lot. The real estate lady had to inform them that her real estate lady casually left out of the conversation originally, that they were there. It was kind of in the paperwork. Okay, so it was in the paperwork. Nothing happened until they said, oh, well, we're going to build a barn here. Well, then the real estate lady told them, and they backed out of their thing, which began the insuation of all the other shit. So because it was my fault, that she built her house and put the septic tank in the house that I currently own and put the leach lines where they are at. It is my fault that her house didn't sell. Because I done all that stuff. I built the house that I currently live in. I built the septic tank and put the leach lines on her piece of property
Before you moved in.
before I moved in, right? And she
Right.
had owned the house that I live in now 20 years plus before I bought the house from her.
Right.
All right, so she's saying that I done all this to her, and it's my fault that the sale didn't go through, even though she owned the property that I currently live at, and she done all of the stuff, and knowingly separated the property that she sold me from my leach lines, which puts it on her current property.
People never want to take responsibility for their own mistakes, do they?
No. So then, to go on further, I believe 19 times the sheriff's department was dispatched on various occasions, and this is why sometimes I just have to leave and walk out and not fucking do anything because there's a police officer. So, anyways, on multiple occasions, for anything from ranging from I broke the cow's ear off of a concrete cow that she gave me. And I just hadn't picked it up yet, but the ear fell off of it because it's made out of concrete and wasn't very well designed. I went to pick it up, the ear broke off. She called the police and said that I broke the ear off of her cow, and so on and so forth. So anyways, the latest one, because it was quiet for about 3 weeks, maybe a month, the latest one, because she wasn't getting what she wanted out of the local police, she called the state police. Well, then the state police comes and he's giving me, well, we got this, we got that, this is fucking broken, this is taken, this is blah, 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 So I informed the state police officer that, hey, I am a fucking blacksmith. I would not fucking steal somebody's shepherd's hooks. First of all, I wouldn't steal anything from this bitch anyways. I'm not stupid. I don't want to go near her property. If I could fucking avoid her, if she got cerveza bug and fucking shriveled up into a fucking prune and died, I wouldn't care, just as long as she'd leave me alone. But anyways, I was like explaining to him, I made the hooks. I wouldn't go take them back. They're not worth my time. I could make more if I wanted to. Yada, yada, yada. Well, then he goes on to tell me that someone shot on her back porch and broke all of her fan blades off her fan blades, outdoor fans. And I was like, well, that's pretty funny because here on Realtor.com, you can see that all the fucking fan blades are broken previous to this whole conversation he's having with me. I was like, and this was taken on such and such date when she listed the house. So I did his job for him, basically, which really infuriated him. He ended up calling me the next day and was super pissed off because I called every other agency that I possibly could because this bitch just keeps escalating everything to a different level. Now, all the other Alphabet boys or all the other agencies know that she's a crazy fucking doped up whore, crazy cunt lady. But what's up, Anonymous? Anyways, so they all know she's a crazy fucking nut job. It's on drugs. But she just keeps escalating it to a different agency, until she gets what she wants. Well, she's not going to get what she wants. So, I don't know. Maybe she's going to do a drive-by. I don't know.
What is she wanting? That you move out or some shit? I mean, what's
she
her
wants me to quit telling everybody that my leach lines are on her property and that she fucked everybody in the whole situation.
Okay.
Because now she's not only fucked the new buyer, but she's also fucked me or the new buyer in my house because that's still going to be a conflict because you can't build anything on a piece of property that has somebody else's leach lines on it.
Right. So really what she needs to do is she needs to hire contractors or whatever and move that shit to somewhere better or pay for it to be moved to somewhere better. But she don't want to do that because I'm sure it costs tons and tons of money.
Well, you're looking at $20,000 if there was a place for it to go, but there's not a place for it to go because there's a fucking pond in my backyard.
Yeah.
A giant fucking pond. And so the moral of the story is the attorney said that she either has to give us the easement for life, and by life that meaning if we sell the property, whoever buys it, yada yada yada, or she can give us said property for pennies on the dollar, what the actual real estate's worth, because nobody can use it for anything.
Right.
So she's super pissed because it's going to take away from her actual overall acreage.
Yeah.
And shit like that. But like I said, she just continuously keeps trying to, like yesterday, 3 hours of my life is gone because of her. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and it won't stop, man. It can't stop because she doesn't want to be out that kind of money, and she doesn't want to give it up for pennies on the dollar, and she definitely doesn't want to give up that free acreage, right? For some reason, she wanted to move wherever she wanted to move, and she thought she was going to have all this money from her selling of her property, and that all went to shit because she did her shit wrong, and then she doesn't want to blame herself, so she's blaming you, and the hell, she's not going to make it easy on you. For some reason, it's not like you could do anything yourself, is there? Is there other than shutting up, I guess, about having that leach line on her property?
right. Well, like I said, you know, I when she originally told me about it, because she informed me to, hey, watch out for that when you're digging your poles for your fence, because your leach lines are on my side. I'm like, what? Excuse me, say that again. Why did you sell property to me that has leach lines on your property?
Right.
That doesn't make any sense to me, because I would have never bought the house. I would never ever have bought the house.
And this is why we get an inspection
I did
done.
get an inspection.
Really?
Yes, I got it. Yeah.
You need to ask for your money back, bro.
Well, that's the thing. You know, now do it because the attorney. I have to talk to the attorney again. Do I go after the title company? Because I paid them a fucking fortune for them to make sure that there was nothing like this wrong.
Right.
And then eventually they're just gonna have to sue her. No, I haven't sued her yet. Yeah, well, she did not disclose it at all. So, but now she can't sell her property because of it, because she has to disclose it now. Yeah, I agree. The title company should have found that. I mean, we paid them fucking that, and like I said, we had an inspection company come out.
There you go, anonymous. Have the title company go after her.
So yeah, that's what I've been going through here the past few months.
You're really selling the whole home ownership, man. I might just rent.
Well, she's not. I don't even know how she's entertaining herself. She's not even here. She's in a different state. But she's inadvertently getting other people involved that live in the fucking neighborhood. She sent out a mass text message saying that I was all this, that, and the other, and fucking, you know, saying I was a thief, I was this, I was that. And she just kept insisting on special operations stuff. And I'm like, bitch, what are you talking about? Like, she just kept on telling everybody this shit, right?
Right.
And it's not a good thing to live by somebody like me because of, you know, I'm always watchful and stuff. And my neighbor across the road, who's a machinist, he comes over and he's like, what the fuck? This bitch is crazy. I'm like, yeah, I know, bro. I was like, he's like, I'm glad I didn't help her out or anything. He goes, I've lived out here a few more years than you. And he goes, I just can't believe, like, he goes, I'm really glad I never helped her. I'm like, yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Title companies are liable for that. Who cares what people think? Let her run her mouth. Yeah, she's definitely lost her shit, man. She's lost her stuff. But yeah, so like that's what I've been doing. We got 32 new cameras put up. The wife finally got tired of it because she would send people to do stuff. Like they would throw shit over the fence because I put up a privacy fence. and then chain link. Without going too far into detail, so like I did chain link and the privacy pins, um, just to deter the retardation. Well, then she sends the hillbilly. Well, the police already think she's crazy. She hit on a few of the officers. She's in her 70s, and she asked, I'd say, a good 4 out of 5 of them so far if they were married or had girlfriends, because she'd like to get a hold of that. I mean, just the awfulest mess of shit. But anyways, like, so back to the pictures and stuff. Like, so she's telling the cops that I'm doing all this stuff. Like, I mean, just anything and everything. Like the sewers, the septic tank stuff. That she said that I done that, and contacted the health department and said that I was doing stuff to the septic tank to piss her off. And then the guy from the health department, the main guy over the environmental services, I called him back and I was like, hey, because he sent me a letter. It's like, hey, what's going on? I was like, not much. I was like, what'd you send me a letter for? He's like, your neighbor called and said, you've done this, this, and this, and that there's a septic runoff on her property. And I was like, well, technically, yeah, there is shit running off on her property, but it's not really her property. I have an easement to that property, or I should have an easement to that property. I don't have one yet. He's like, well, what do you mean? So I explained to him the situation. He's like, so she called me on behalf of herself to complain about you whenever she used to own the property and you bought it from her. And I was like, yes, sir. I was like, she done all this stuff, her and her husband. Put all the septic tank in, had they paid to have it put in or whatever, and she's calling you to tell on me for stuff that they fucked up and done wrong. so yeah, it's definitely a civil matter. I'm just hoping they get arrested, to be honest. I mean, because you can only call the police and lie so much before they get tired of you. They called out a fucking senior guy yesterday because, of all this shit. Because now she has the two or three of the fucking trailer trash neighbors that live down the road in a different fucking area. She's calling them to come do stuff. So yeah, and that's the reason why I'm not in handcuffs or anything, Stan. It's because they're all false. But I mean, I don't know that they're going to do anything to her. That's just one of those things. If I was to do that, I would be in trouble and I'd be locked up. But because she's some catchy asshole bitch cunt lady, they're not. Some people have sneaky with others because they're unhappy in their own lives. They always have. Yeah. Oh, all ex-wives are like that, man. I don't think if they're still breathing, then they're problems.
That's why I was pretty happy when my ex, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to, man. I'm trying to get the Tennessee Saints, man. But now, like, I can't even sell this piece of property now because I have to disclose the lines are over there. So I mean, I don't know. I'm just stuck in a shitstorm right now.
Saints and Sappers, the closest neighbor was a quarter mile, dude. When I was in Ash Fork, it was over half a mile away. It was so great, but you could still hear everybody shooting, which is fine. I didn't mind that. I don't want neighbors. I want 40 acres at least, and I want to be right in the middle of it, and don't come on my property.
Yeah. I don't know what I mean, like, I obviously got the attorney involved, but I mean, that's just to protect me, because every time I tell the cops, I'm like, look, dude, I don't want to get swatted. I was like, so that's why I'm telling you motherfuckers right now.
Yep.
I don't want to get swatted. I mean, I got a wife and 6 kids and mother-in-law and fucking dogs and stuff, and these fucking retards are calling. I mean, and it only takes one fucking idiot, one fucking untrained fucking cop to fucking say, oh, well, yeah. So thankfully, Like, thankfully, I've had nothing but good dealings with him so far because, you know, all it takes, like I said, and I told him, all, I was like, she just keeps escalating it to different agency. I'm like, so what's next? I mean, is she gonna send out what the alphabet boys next? And the deputies just laughed about it. But the answer to every problem is a pig farm. You need to upset neighbors, pig farm. Dead body needs to disappear, pig farm. 55-gallon drum of diesel fuel. It's better than a pig farm because it doesn't stink 6 months after. I walk around in my yard in my boxers. I got privacy pins all around.
Right, yeah. When I was in Ashfork, I may or may not have walked around naked a few times.
Oh.
You know what I mean? When you got that many acreage and that many trees and nobody around, man, get a suntan all over. You know what I mean?
My ex-wife filed false claims to CPA and told me false. After one interview, they told me that they could get her false report, but would only pursue her if she tried again. Yeah, see, like this bitch is just she's like, it doesn't affect me. I mean, it does because it takes time out of my day to interact with law enforcement. But they've pretty much come to the conclusion that, you know, that she's a crazy old bitch, right? But anyways, but that still doesn't affect, you know, now she's including other people because, one, she didn't get what she wanted out of the sheriff's deputies 19 times. The state police is not going to give her what she wants because they talked to the sheriff's department before they done anything. And then now she's incorporating fucking hillbilly white trash, trailer trash, trying to recruit them to do stuff. Even to the point to where you're going to love this shit. So they did not believe that I have cameras. So much so that I'm telling you about the state police asking me about all the stuff being stolen, all that stuff.
Yeah.
They did not believe that I had cameras, even though signs are posted every fucking where, reflective signs. These ignorant fucks that she hired to take care of her property, supposedly, are the ones stealing the stuff. I have it all on video on my phone and my hard drives. The people that are stealing the stuff called the state police back, and the state police brought the lady to my house to identify me as the fucking thief who she personally witnessed stealing the stuff from this cunt's yard, who is not here. Then the cop takes down all my information, leaves, and I call the sheriff's department. The sheriff's department comes out. All right. The sheriff's department comes out. I give them all the information and the videos and the pictures and all the other stuff that I captured from my security cameras. And they fucking don't do anything to this bitch yet, okay? So I give them all this stuff, right? So then we had them back out here yesterday. Well, the lady that hired them to take care of the property did not tell them to take the stuff. They were stealing the fucking flagpole. I got them on video digging up the concrete foundation for the flagpole. So the cunt lady that lives in another state hired these people to take care of the stuff. They've stole everything over there, blamed it on me, and because the crazy cunt lady has it out for me, she believed them. So much so that the state police picked up the lady that's been stealing the shit, brought her to my house in his police cruiser so she could identify me as the thief, leaves because he can't do anything with her in the vehicle. So, like I said, I called the sheriff's department, give the sheriff's department all the video and all this stuff. And so now the lady that was doing the mischievous stuff is now the suspect because I have given all the proof of her and her methamphetamine-induced fucking son and his crackhead girlfriend, all the video. And the funny part about it is the crackhead girlfriend, the meth girl, she showed her ass and her pussy toward my way, and the mother of the boy said, "Oh, fuck them, they ain't got cameras," and they were fucking doing dumb shit like that. So I have them all on camera, gave it to the sheriff's department, so now they are the suspects and they not only, I don't know where it's going to go from there, because they can't tell you, the police can't tell you, but they lied to the state police, they lied to the sheriff's department. So we'll see.
To Anonymous American, your ex-wife filed claims to the CPA. They said that they knew it was false, but would only pursue her if she tried again. Bullshit. They won't do it. They might say that to your face, but I have plenty of experience with people calling in false claims of the CPA on me. When we lived in Wisconsin and I got custody of my child, the whole other side of the family hated the fact that I won custody of my child, and were calling CPA on me almost nonstop. And they would come every couple months. It was like every 2 or 3 months we got a new call. And every time it was a false claim, and they knew it was a false claim, but never would they do anything about it. They're never going to go after people that do false claims, and that's why people do them so often. So I feel bad for you, man. But there's no way around it. The best way I got around it was I moved out of the state, right? I took my kid and I left, and that kind of quailed it for quite a while until just a few years back when we were up in Ashford. They did it one more time, which, I'm so glad I don't have to deal with that shit no more. She's, of age now, so I don't have to deal with that shit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's another one of those shitty laws they need to fix, because, like, if you make a in the fucking face, like, every day for a week or something, because you deserve to be fucking cunt punched for stuff like that.
Yeah.
My 5-year-old boy is taking to peeing in the front yard and yelling bonsai as he does it. That's good stuff. Good morning, Guns, coast to coast, or afternoon. Everybody's having a good old time with that. So yeah, signs mean nothing to the illiterate. Well, there's a big picture of a fucking camera on it. If you don't get that, I don't know. Yeah. I don't have them inside. I don't want them inside. And all of mine are wired. So I just have a big fucking fear of having IP cameras. So I just don't, no matter how high your encryption is, someone can always crack into it.
So the last time I had a CPS called, it was in Ashford, right? And I allowed them in at first because I was like, okay, I'm curious what the hell is going on this time, right? So she comes in and she's complaining that I have a ton of guns. I had hid like at least 2/3 of them. Right, but she's like really worried, and she's talking to my mom and my wife about, does he make bombs and stuff like this? Because apparently they must have claimed that I make pipe bombs or some shit because I reload and I have powder, whatever. I don't know. Right? Yeah. So it's funny, right? So this lady working for CPA was definitely does not know the law. And says, well, I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure you have to have that in the locked up place. You can't just have them out here in the open. I'm like, I don't think so. I'll get back to you on that. And sure enough, I researched it. Nope, I don't have to do a damn thing. And I also then informed her, if you want to come back on my property, bring yourself a warrant and a sheriff's deputy, because if I see you on my property again, unwelcomed, you won't be leaving in nice ways, because I have rights, you know what I mean? But yeah, never heard from them again. I think that's the way to do it. You have to, and I didn't do that when I was up in Wisconsin because I wasn't educated into all of this. I didn't have firearms. I didn't know the laws that well, right? So I always let them in. I thought I had to. Now I'm pretty sure you don't have to, right? And they can do their investigation without coming into your property and checking out your house. And asserting that right and asserting your knowledge of the law, that's your best defense right there.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's where it's going next, because she's called every other agency she can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And my answer to that will be, well, you have my attorney's number, or would you like me to give that to you on a business card?
Right.
I refused them in my home, told them I will only answer questions I want. And I was recording it. They tried to tell me no recording. Yeah.
In your own house.
You're at my fucking house, bro. That's exactly what I got. The signs say, "Hey, 24-hour surveillance. Everything you say or do is recorded, and trespassers will be prosecuted." So
I'm not even playing around, man. Trespassers will be shot, and then I'll call the cops to pick your shit up. But I'm not. I've gotten to that age where I'm not even gonna play around anymore, man. I'm done.
yeah.
I'm done with all the bullshit. Oh well, we just want to ask you some questions. No, you don't. I'm too old and too cranky. I've played this game too many times to be falling for it now. I'm telling you, man. I'm done.
Shut up.
Wish I had been like this.
You get to talk to the attorney. They shut the case down so fast. Yeah. I always direct them to my attorney. Like what the interaction with the deputies here has been kind of comical. So I really haven't shut it down because the guy will come here and he's like, "Hey, what did you do today? Did you do this?" And I'm like, "No. Where the fuck did you get that from?" He's like, "Oh, you're crazy neighbor." He just comes here to talk the bullshit. Yeah. So this is his second job. He's in the army for his first job, and he just comes and like, "Hey, what are you doing? Want to go shoot?" But he comes and tells me all this stuff, like he's always telling me what the fuck is going on. So yeah, like that's the only reason I haven't turned him away, as far as with that. People in the hood you see as a means of retribution.
Yeah, that's what it was for me in Wisconsin. It's exactly what it was for me. I was a great father, but they didn't like the fact that their daughter didn't have custody of the kid anymore because she was a drug addict and drove into a train.
Oh, shit.
Right? Oh. So, and endangered her children many a time. Finally, I win custody, and it was just non-fucking stop false claim after false claim. It was
Yeah, and they'll just come on a fucking whim. Yeah. The last time they came, they brought the police. I guess he's saying police with them because they said I'm a scary firearms owner. Right. Well, fuck, I got machetes, Canada, man. Yeah. I got machetes. Yeah. I don't even need a fucking firearm. You know what you can do with a fucking what the hell, a kukri? Jesus, man, I got a Magnum kukri. I got a regular kukri. I got the Royal Magnum kukri. I got like all kinds of fucking kukris. Like, yeah, to cleave your whole fucking head off with one swing. You fuck the firearm. But yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Fuck them. You're scary because you own BB guns or real guns. Or I don't know what the fuck you're allowed to own in Canada. Probably nothing now. But
no, pretty soon. Yeah, pretty soon nothing.
The cop stood in the corner nodding his head in argument with me, or agreement with you, as we argue this. No, I recorded. Oh yeah, I don't give a fuck where I'm at. I record it too. It don't matter if I'm there at their house or yeah. It's in your best interest to record, and then the best thing about it, in 90% of the states, you just have to say at the end, if you want to make it admissible in court, hey, just to let you all know, this conversation was recorded at the end. Some states you don't have to.
Though. He says I pulled up the. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna just finish. He said some states you don't have to.
Yeah, so some don't and some do, but I always, for good measure, I'm like, just let you know I recorded all that. Thanks. No. Then they start that shit. I'm like, hey, don't put your hands on me. That's assault, motherfucker. It's assault.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kill him.
I was just rereading the rest of it and said they asked. He said he was going to record it for his protection. They asked protection from what? I pulled up the missing children count of CPS and all the wrongful cases and laid it in their face. They shut real quick. Yeah, all the ones that then get found out to be in the sex trafficking industry.
Yeah. I'm sorry I missed that. I got carried off on the way in a tangent, but yeah.
No, I wanted to touch it on it a little bit.
Yeah, that's the number one place to go if you want to go to Epstein's Island. So the kids there.
Yeah.
And the fucked up thing about that is they'll take it away from a perfect, like, okay, you love your children. You may not be the best parent. You may be the best parent in the world. Who knows? But if you take the child away from a non-loving parent and give it to somebody that don't give a fuck and they're a paycheck to them, then you end up with all these kids and I've seen this personally. You like, there's a situation going on right now where a couple adopted 2 children. They're moving. This is a different move, not the crazy kind. But anyways, they're moving, and they're going to leave the 17-year-old girl with her friends because she doesn't want to move, and she's not their biological child. How? Let's let your house, Mark. Anyways, so they're going to let her stay. Well, they're going to let her stay, but they're going to keep getting her money, but they're shutting off her cell phone and not taking care of her anymore. Now, that's what a CPS does to children. They take them away from parents that love their kids and may or may not be the best parent in the world. Instead of giving them the opportunity or the training to do something better, they give them to fucking shithead people like that.
Right.
And that's just one case. I got quite a few that I could talk about.
Oh yeah, I know quite a few of those myself. Unfortunately, it's pretty sad for sure.
You're a paycheck, and that's all you are.
That's sad.
I don't play when it comes to the kids either. I'll steal somebody's grill real quick. We have some. So my crazy ass ex-wife.
The Canadian hood.
My crazy ass ex-wife used to do the same thing. She would tell everybody she's the army wife and blah 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 blah. Well, we ended up going to a Christian counselor, and the Christian counselor even came to court and said she's not fit enough to own a dog. But she would always call CPS on us. In the beginning, we didn't know what you could and couldn't do. We had a good attorney, but we just thought, hey, let them in, whatever. They would go into the cabinet or the pantry every time and shake the fucking cans.
Yeah, to make sure that you're not faking it.
Yeah, I'm like I want to put the fucking. Do you understand how much fucking Do
they think this is North Korea or what?
I have no idea, bro. You still hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's just a fucking phenomenal retard. And then the people, they're just fucking dumbfounded. They're like, well, why did we get called out here? I'm like, I don't fucking know. You tell me. She's a crazy bitch. Why don't you go check her out? Of course, she didn't have any children. So, been years. Haven't heard from them again. I recorded them, refused to let them in, refused to answer questions. They told them my attorney would get involved. They don't want to do that because once they get the attorney involved, they can't push their little fucking scare tactics on you anymore.
No, and that's what they're good at. They're good with the scare tactics and making you comply with their rules, because if you don't, you might get your kids taken away. When reality is they don't have a leg to stand on. It's kind of like when you get into an accident and the insurance company of the other vehicle comes and talks to you and like, hey, we could settle this right now. But,
yeah. There are families losing their houses defending against CAS cases.
Wow.
Go out and gather intel on the fucking caseworkers, see what they're doing, and then return the favor to them. Got a letter that they dropped everything a week later. That's awesome. Also reminded that their funding comes from how many kids they're overseeing. So I understand it's in their best interest to get custody over kids because more money. Their eyes almost popped out. Oh shit.
Wow.
Laugh out loud. That's true.
What's funny is a lot of these workers are probably good people. They go in it for the right reasons, right? But then they have a high turnover rate, man. People don't stay in that job usually for very long, and I think it's probably because of this kind of shit, Yeah,
you see what's actually going on versus you really went there to help kids.
Yeah.
I went and did the whole thing to be a court-appointed special advocate one time, and the hypocrisy is just fucking phenomenal. Like, the judge was a great dude, but everybody else involved was just the fucking low-life pieces of shit. They couldn't take it because I'm like, look, that's stupid. What the fuck are you talking about? We're supposed to be a CASA agent and fucking help out with fucking kids and their parents and get everything back together, and you motherfuckers are more about putting them in fucking foster care than anything else and giving some fucking 400-pound fucking lesbians fucking 6 kids so they can get fucking $1,400 a month a piece off them fucking kids to live high on the fucking hog and maintain their fucking 800-pound fat sweaty Betty ass. I mean, like, what are you doing here? You're taking away from the fucking parents. Put the parents in fucking school or something. Make them fucking, smarter. Do something to help them out. No, don't keep giving. And I didn't mean the lesbian thing because that was just one case that I had to deal with. But like she was just like the kids were the fucking servants and she was the fucking job of the slut,
Yep.
And it just really pissed me off because I'd have to go over and check on these kids once a fucking week, right? And I'm like, bitch, do you ever move? I mean, like the movie Idiocracy comes to mind. They try to sucker some moms up here to sign away the kid before birth. Why the hell would you do that? Oh, is it like if they don't want the kids?
Brawndo, that's what plants crave. It has electrolytes.
You're right. Brawndo.
Dude, I fucking love that movie, man. It's every time I'm fighting with somebody over the mask or if, Corona is actually as bad as they say it is. I mean the beer, because it's some pretty bitter beer. But, when we're discussing how bitter the beer is, I just keep going back and forth, and they just don't stop. And I'm just like, this is exactly what it is. It's Brawndo. It's got electrolytes. Well, why does the plants crave it? Because it's got electrolytes. It's Brawndo. It's what plants crave. Yes, but why do they crave it? Because of oh my God. Stop.
I told them I refused a drug test. They said they would mark it all positive. Then I laughed and said,
Wow.
after this, I will pay and go take one just in case it goes to court. They said, oh. Yeah, man.
There you go.
You got to fucking fight fire with fire. Yeah, I don't know. It's a fucked up mess. There's so many fucked up things in America. And, BLM is not one of them. They don't, there's more things that need to be worked on other than worried about some fake ass fucking bullshit that's going on. I said, good luck getting a no test to hold up as a positive after that. They said, it's just our procedure, but yeah, I won't hold it for it. Yeah, because they know better, man. They want to punk you out. You want to piss in a cup? Fucking piss in your face. You can put that in a cup.
You can try to hold up a cup as I'm doing it. See if you can gather in it.
Yeah.
Maybe under your chin to dribble it down.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just tired of all the ignorance.
I'm not dealing with it. If they want to talk to me, they have to have a warrant, and I have to have my attorney. And then they can maybe talk to me, right? But until then, if you show up on my property uninvited, you best be packing with a warrant or a lot of firepower because I ain't playing around no more, man. I ain't doing it. Too fucking old to deal with this shit anymore.
Yeah, I love my attorney. She just like sit there and shut the fuck up. And she'll clown I love my attorney because she will clown them like I would want to clown them. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit that I say, she says in the courtroom as my representative, and I'm just like, oh my God! I'm laughing. I'm fucking. It got to the point to where I had to put a fucking thumbtack in my fucking shoe and step on it. That's how fucking bad it got because she'd be like, well, excuse me, because the other lady's attorney, she's like, well, excuse me, are you a prostitute or are you an attorney? Because I've never seen an attorney dressed like that before, and I lost my fucking shit in the middle of the courtroom. I mean, I don't know how the judge did. Like that bitch, the judge is a female. I say bitch is a term of endearment. Cunt is the fuck you button, but like the judge didn't say anything, and the stenographer kind of chuckled a little bit, and she got up, walked the fuck out, and I'm like, oh my God, I love this attorney.
Female cops are the worst. Yes, they do use CAS. They use CPS down here, actually, too. I think it's females in general. They are like, if you've ever looked at female serial killers, most of them, kill with poison, which is a very slow, very painful death. And they like to sit around and watch you in misery before you die for months and months and months, right? And it's the same thing with the whole CPS. They're going to doing that because they know that's where it's going to hurt you. Your kids. What's more important to you than your kids?
Yep.
You know what I mean? So women are most vicious. They say men are violent. Fuck violent. I'd rather somebody kick my ass than to go after something like that. That's bullshit. You know?
I'll wait till you sleep after I give you these 16 Benadryls and rip out
Yeah.
your fingernails and pour salt in them and then tell you when you woke up, I don't know what happened.
Right? It's funny because we have like Lorraine Bobbitt cuts off her husband's dick, right? Everybody's laughing. Ha ha ha, Stumpy. You know? You see a man doing that, cutting off his wife's tits, we'd have a whole month of mourning in the United States. Flags would be down at half mast. We'd be talking about, you know, the whole problem with domestic violence forever. No, cut a man's dick off, put it in a blender. Nah, it's whatever. It's funny.
Oh, I thought she threw it out the window and lost it somewhere.
Yeah, they reattached it to that in that case. Yeah.
I had one
But
cop tell me
still.
if I see anything, they call CAS on me. I told them I had a camera. Yeah. Yeah, I love how whenever they fucking change their tone whenever they think, you know.
Oh yeah. I have one example of that big time. Yeah, with a cop.
Yeah. Luckily, I knew all about CPS and the other horror stories. I didn't. You know, my crazy ass ex-wife did apparently, like, you know, she tried that shit. It all backfired on her, but you know, it's still a pain in the ass. It cost me, you know, it cost me a lot of money. I mean, it cost me enough that I could have probably paid half my fucking Tennessee property off. Because I think I was in for $152,000 all in. But it was over several years. So, you know, once I showed him that I had a camcorder in my hand, she backed off. Yeah. Well, that's why I said I put the signs up. So now I don't have to tell you. If you come on my property, if you didn't see it, you're fucking retarded. And I don't care.
All right.
Yeah, she got right up in my face, puffed at her chest. Ooh. Ooh. Until I showed her the
She was
camera.
big chested.
Yeah. Can you do that again?
Right, I like that. Just get all creepy with him.
So has this changed your effort to move to Tennessee? The only thing that's really going to hinder right now is going to be the fact that I can't sell this property in order to pay for more of that property.
Right.
So I still plan on moving. I don't remember if I told everybody or not. It's like a 4-year. Well, I had 5 years planned before I could actually move down there. Full time because we do have a farm here. So, yeah.
So comment of the day right here, Anonymous American. I think that I like that comment the best.
CPS can legally enter the homes without warrant.
Cannot legally.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, nobody can legally enter your house.
Well, I know, but you can refuse the questioning no matter what they say, and they can't force a drug test even if they have evidence, or if they did have evidence, they wouldn't want to talk. You know?
Well, what evidence do they have? They either have the crazy ass ex-wife or your kid saying, "Yeah, my dad put this white stuff in his coffee."
Yeah, that's all hearsay.
And he licked it off his finger. So, did you lick cocaine off the fucking thing and put cocaine in your coffee over
or
the
non-dairy creator?
Yeah, your fucking kid don't know. So anything could be. Yeah. I seen Dad get a kilo of white stuff out of the cabinet. He was putting it on his finger and licking it and putting it in his mouth. Yeah. So does your 5-year-old know what a fucking kilo of cocaine is? No, they can say it's whatever the fuck they want to say. Cotton candy. Dad had cotton candy. Okay.
Hey Stan, have you seen the female police officer fail compilation videos on YouTube? Where they shooting people in the head because they accidentally pulled the trigger? Or, oh man, it's just hilarious. Not that part, but there's other part. Just like, oh my goodness, there's just no way they should be out. Some of these girls should not be out on the beat.
Everybody has exes and they ain't in Texas, right? My wife still talks because I have an ex-girlfriend that lived in Texas. So yeah, she's like, she always fucks with me about that. Seen a lot of cop films, not specifically females. Watch some. I mean, in all honesty, females shoot better than males do. They have steadier hands. The Marine Corps did a study on it.
If they're at a range where they can take their time, but when they're under pressure, no, they do not. I would disagree when they're under pressure, right? in that fail video, as I said, the lady shoots a guy who's handcuffed and on the ground on his stomach in the back of the head with her shotgun because she slipped on the trigger, right?
How do you
She didn't
slip
even,
on the trigger?
I don't know, but she was surprised by it even, right? I mean, she can't even fucking handle it, right? And
What do you
then
mean she's surprised? Did the guy die?
yeah, he took a 12 gauge to the back of his dome,
Well, I didn't know
bro.
if it's less lethal or what, but
No, that's well, I don't know. I guess maybe, but I even less lethal. Right, that close, it was like right up on him. So I don't know, man.
okay.
But I mean, they're always fumbling with their gun in these videos that I've watched. Anyway, they're always fumbling with their guns and stuff because if there's a big suspect coming at them and they're 5'4", you know, they're about to shit their pants. Most girls that I know, when they get all upset because things are going wrong, they want to sit down and cry. They don't want to flee. They don't want to actually do something productive. They just need a minute to think about it and cry about it. And then they'll... And I'm like, come on, let's go. No, I got to cry.
Well, that's training. That's training. Like, I 100% have no doubt in my mind that that's training. Like, my 14-year-old daughter, ever since she was little, and she's always been little, right? Like fucking the run of the pack. Both my daughters are super small. But like I would do that to her, like when we would do training. She would have the green pistol, you know, the one I showed a while back, the training pistol, right? And I'd have it in the locking holster, and I'd have it on her waist, and I would run toward her and tell her, you know, hey, after we trained how to use the pistol, I would show her how to do it, you know, and then I would run toward her and like fucking act like I was physically going to tackle her, and I would grab her and roll to the ground with her, you know, until, you know, and it took her a few times to really, you know, to understand, and she was probably 7, 8, maybe, I don't know. But I taught them all like that because like it doesn't matter how big you are when you're coming at me, motherfucker. It matters how many bullets I got in the magazine to make that big dude get chopped down like a fucking tree. So it's all training. If you don't train people right, then they're not gonna, you know. And now she,
I don't know. I think
it's
it's
a fucking AK. So
there's definitely a. It's just my opinion, but I think it's hardwired into girls for some reason. You know, evolution, creativity. I don't know what, you know, but it just seems like that's a trait that goes through many women. And yes, maybe you can train it out of them somewhat, but that's, you know, she got used to you running at her. You know, what happens if it's somebody else and she's not prepared for that moment? You know, I'm not saying that she wouldn't do fine. It's just one of those things that I'd always be worried about, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean it's my kid.
Take action and break down and cry later.
I'm always worried about it because it's my kid.
I get you.
But you know what I'm saying? Like I try to, you know, I try to teach them the best, you know, because like my children's friends come over and they're like, "Wow, we wish we had a dad like you. Why will you teach us this stuff?" And I'm like, if your parents don't care, I don't care to show you, you know, Krav Maga or fucking jiu-jitsu or you know, stuff like that. I'm like, I don't care. I mean, like everybody should know. One little boy cried because his dad. He said his dad was too old. And his dad didn't show him stuff like that, and his mom had to teach him. And I was like, "Why are you crying, bro?" I was like, "You got the fucking internet. You can get a book. You can do this. I mean, like you're here. Come out here. You know." So yeah, I don't know. And I showed him how to disarm people and stuff like that. That one YouTube drunk guy who the female cop couldn't handle. She shot the mother by accident. Damn. I can hear it now. That was loud. And it kicked too. Oh my God. Oh my God. That hurt my fingers. Oh my God. The male cop.
This is what happens when you lower the bar to get into the police service or the military. I mean, lately, I don't know if this was happening when you were in the military or when you were active, right? Yeah. But I mean, they've been lowering the bar even in the Marine Corps for women so that they can become Marines.
Well, I'll say it like this. I mean, there's shitbags in every service. Now there were some bad bitches that like could fucking do more pull-ups than me, and then there were some mediocre bitches that just they made it through boot camp and then they became mattresses. So,
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't a lowering of the standard per se because they still got their ass chewed out. But I mean, we'd go on force marches, and the fucking, I was the sucker that either carried their rifle or their pack. I mean, there's a few of them because the whole thing is you don't leave a Marine behind. So it didn't matter if it's a chick or a dude, whatever. You help carry their shit.
If they ain't a Marine yet, they're still a recruit. I don't see why you couldn't. And second of all,
these are Marines.
All right.
But
this is not the kind of person that I want next to me in the battlefield. What happens if I get down and I need you to drag me out? Your little 5'4", I don't care how badass you think you are, ain't pulling me out. Right? It becomes a liability at a certain point. And I'm sorry that genetics are what they are, but they are. And that's the last thing you need to have is a liability there that you have to worry about now.
Yeah, I agree. But, I don't know.
Yeah.
At least they stayed there with you, I guess.
I mean, if they want to work a desk, I'm all for it. Work a fucking desk. But no, these women want to go into combat. I think they're working for the enemy because they just want to fuck shit up. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Why would you want?
There's still bad bitches out there, man. I'm not.
I know there's exceptions to every rule.
Let me lead with this. I am not pro women in frontline combat either, but I will tell you that there are some bad ass bitches. There used to be. I don't know about now, but there used to be some bad ass fucking girls, females, women, whatever, WMs, whatever you want to call them, right. When I was in. Now there was also the haphazardly not badass bitches. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like men, men too. Once they got in, there's people that were just shitbirds and didn't conduct themselves in any positive manner, and so yeah. But do I believe that they should lower standards? No. But then again, if you're a Marine, I would feel safe the rest of my life with you. Granted, you might not be able to haul me out, but you'd be able to protect me. Somebody that's coming to help me. That's the fighting spirit I want. I don't care if you can drag me out or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But with the training today, like they have to do the combat fitness test, which is something they added after I got out. I've been practicing fucking around with it, but it is actually a phenomenal way to increase strength with people like that. If you can't do it, you fail it, then you fail the standards and you're not in no more. So it's no joke. You got to drag a body, throw a grenade. Just go look it up. I think it's called Combat Fitness Test for the Marine Corps. Lowering standards anywhere, participation awards. Fuck that. We never get participations award. There are bad bitches, and they are a lot. So
yeah, there's that too. I'm saying there's always an exception to the rule for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to count them all out, but it definitely does take. I can't remember this bitch's name for the save my life, and like I said, bitch is a term of endearment. I'm not using it because these ladies call themselves bad bitches. I'm not saying that anything bad about them. Anyways, but there was a few of them. El Toro, and I'm telling you, bro, they they had abs of steel. They were doing hundreds of pull-ups. I mean, and they just look, they look like they were in super good shape. Of course they were. But then you'd have the old slouchy, the ones we called the mattresses, and the reason why they were called mattresses is not because they were.
No, I know they were good at something.
They were good on their back, and that's why they got. That's why they didn't have to keep up with the high standards. But. Oh shit! Well, everybody knows my business now.
So. I didn't share it this time either, man. It's all you.
Sorry to put it off on everybody like that. But yeah, that's what I've been dealing with, and try to do. So the plums this year. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to do some research on it. But I have to go to class tonight. here in a couple hours, but I'm going to ask the professor. My plums, some of them taste like peaches. Even though they're not peaches, they're plums. So I'm going to ask him maybe if there's some cross-pollination going on there that would make them taste like that. But yeah, that was an interesting fact.
That is very weird.
Yeah, because I've been to one, it tastes like a fucking peach. I'm like, holy fuck, it tastes like peach. And then the next couple taste like plums. I know they're in the same family, but there's just a weird taste. A purple peach didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Neither does a purple potato, but you know. Whatever.
Well, I've had purple potatoes, red potatoes.
Yeah, me too. I just don't like it.
Bro. All right, well, guys and gals, let's get to the 2-hour mark. I appreciate everybody coming in and listening to me bitch moan and complain, sharing your stories and comments. Working out hard is very hard on a female body. A female bodybuilder whose body is attacking her in a way. Her muscles are strong, but her bones are weak. Her muscles are working against her now and creating fractures. Fuck. Who is that? Is that the Jarhead? The Jarhead girl? Ashley or something? I follow her. Yeah, I mean, if you gotta take testosterone or fucking steroids to fucking make you be that big, you don't need to be doing it. But
Right.
I mean, I think they should get everybody human growth hormone though. If we want it, we get it.
Yeah, I think whatever you want to put in your own body should be your choice. Maybe be educated on it before you do it, but other than that, even you don't have to do that. In my opinion, you know, just do whatever you want to do. If you ain't hurting nobody else, man, it's your life. Live it.
I don't know if Ashley. I think her name's Ashley Horner. I don't think she is a professional, but she was in the Marine Corps and she got fucked up or something. Half the time she can't walk. She's in a wheelchair, so she'll do workouts from the wheelchair, and sometimes her legs she can use them again. So I don't know. You have to check it out. She's on social media. Ashley Horner, I think. Christy Enos is another chick. She works out. She lost her leg. She's a Marine. That's just 2 I can recall right now. I'm sure there's more, but there's a bunch of them out there if you want to check them out. They're on my social media accounts. That and the Jeep Girls. Subscribe to tacticalshit.com if you want some funny fucking shit, okay? You have to be subscribed to them in order to get some of this stuff because it's that fucking hardcore. So.
Subscribe to their YouTube channel or what?
Yeah. Well, their Twitter or Instagram.
Okay.
Thanks for coming in, Saints. Stan. Really, I'm glad I got to get on today. Hopefully everything will be back to normal next week. We'll get back to the daily. I don't even know if today's Thursday, right?
Yeah, today's Thursday.
So I got all the cameras installed. I got all but one of them hardened. So as soon as I get that done, everything else will get put in place inside, and then everything will get put back together all the way. So my protection and the neighbor's protection. So, anyways, as always, guys, give us a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs down. It's your choice. Leave any bitches, moans, complaints in the comment section below. There's nothing in the description box right now. I'll fill it in with some stuff later, so you guys want to check out stuff. You can or can't. It is up to you. But thank you for checking in. Stan, thanks for emailing me on the occasional check on me. I appreciate it. You guys stay safe. Simplify. Godspeed. Have a great day. We'll see you guys and gals later.
Peace.